Logflume opened in 1967 and was advertised as the longest in the world. Installed by Arrow, the Logflume was a project instigated by park chairman Leonard Thompson. The attraction took 2 years to build and featured 2,349 feet of trough. This was a large-scale investment for the park and at the time cost £180,000 to install. In an era before the construction of Ocean Boulevard or the Big One, the Logflume could easily be seen from the promenade, enticing would-be riders with the screams of other guests when they encountered the inevitable splashdowns. Visitors would be seated in line in log-shaped boats and be dispatched from the station. In later years, this was overhauled to include a slow-moving conveyor, improving the capacity of the flume. Once going, logs would float through the ride's trough, negotiating some curves before being lifted skyward on a conveyor. Once at the top, logs entered a small building and quickly sped down the first drop. Following the opening of the Big One in 1994, this drop travelled through the roller coaster's support, with boats coming close to the bright red track at points. Following a slower section, a second conveyor would lift logs again, this time entering an elevated faster section of the flume. A third lift then raised boats to their highest point for the final splashdown. During its life, the ride has seen the name Logflume and Drench Falls used interchangeably on both signage and park maps, with most visitors simply referring to the attraction as the Logflume, despite a similar smaller version of the ride type opening in children's area Beaver Creek in 1992. Encountering the same fate as many Logflumes in the early 2000s, it was announced that Drench Falls would give its last rides on September 3, 2006.